All right, man. Jaime Munguía got caught with an exogenous testosterone. Now, I had to do a little bit of research on this. So basically, what happened was this, right? I don't know every term and every definition in general, or in the supplement. Well, I can't call it, or in the ped world. Now, I will say, basically TRT, testosterone. I think the therapeutic testosterone replacement therapy. I think that's what it might stand for. Okay. Excuse me. In talking about it, I had to really check because the definition of that exogenous, whatever, testosterone is anything, anything that's externally introduced to, you know, something. You know what I'm saying? Like in this case, it was externally. Um, Damn, I look good as hell. I can't lie. Shout out to y'all ladies out there. But um, anything externally introduced into the body to boost, in this case, testosterone. So no, like I'm just letting y'all know, like if you take what is it, KM66, I think that's what it was. It's the version of ashwagandha. That's the best, especially if you're looking for male, vitality, testosterone, to boost your testosterone. That's not considered TRT because ashwagandha is a plant. So you're talking about ashwagandha, um, stuff like boron, diasporic acid. Um, those are not illegal. Those are, diasporic acid. You can find that in the body. You know what I'm saying? Other things like a lot of people don't know lysine is used to also for muscle growth. But it's also, used to help, kind of boost your sexual performance. Like, it's called a vitilator, so something like that. I was reading on Reddit that somebody said it wasn't, but it actually is. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always got to fact check shit. But it is. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about things like even some vitamins that can help you out, K1, K2, and K1 and K2 is similar to L-arginine and L-citrine, and I'm explaining that before we kind of dig into this, just to kind of give an informative thing. Like they kind of related, right? All right, if you don't know what like if I was dealing with somebody that had blood clots, or you wanted to be a bodybuilder and get more blood to the muscle, or you're dealing with sexual dysfunction, or you want to get more blood to a particular place, right? And this type of stuff I'm gonna start talking on the Goodfella TV Patreon, right, to help y'all out. Fitness and vitality. If I was like K1 and K2 is for bone health, but also it helps, I believe, with, I could be wrong, I don't think I'm wrong on this. It also helps with blood flow too. It helps with blood health. I mean, bone health, I believe, but blood flow as well too. So, you dealing with clots, that's kind of more what you want to take. You know what I'm saying? You could take K2 because K1 turn into K2. But them together, guess what? Okay, that turned into that. You get a little boost. It's safe to take together. I'm not a licensed professional. I take them. Then you would say same thing with L-arginine and L-citrine. Now, some people consider L-citrine. They rather take L-citrine, right? Same thing. How K1 turned into K2, L-citrine turned to L-arginine. Now, the difference here is you can take both, right? But most people say you might as well take L-citrine, right? You can find these things in obviously K1, K2, and leafy stuff, I believe. But also, I could be wrong on that. But also L-arginine, citrine, you can find that in stuff too. But the food is not nutritious. So basically, they could say you should take L-citrine because it stays in the body longer and it becomes L-arginine. So it just sits in the body. Take L-arginine. They have done tests. There's nothing to prove that if you overconsume L-arginine or you overconsume it, it shows no risk to the body and no benefits as far as they know, right? So so most people consider just taking both or taking L-citrine to stay in the system long, and it's in watermelon. So I just want to kind of give y'all kind of a broader sense of what testosterone could be used for. And why having high testosterone or having a healthy testosterone level, and it's been decreasing since like 1950, 60, rapidly amongst men, right? So how can I say this? Yes, that's why when you see, when they were trying to, fix hair loss in men, and they was trying to look at watermelon to see if watermelon was the answer, they found out in the watermelon rind that it helped guys that had sexual dysfunction, ED, because was so filled, the rind, the green part, it was so filled with L-centrin. They was looking for hair loss, and they found a boost in, libido, right? So I kind of just want to really pack this into a nice little video. So that's what I'm gonna do. I know some of y'all might not care, but go to like the 7-8 minute part, right? I won't be too much longer from this point. So what they do with these chemicals is ways to boost and keep your vitality up, your testosterone up naturally. Working out, short and intense workouts or nice size workouts. That's the number one thing. If I was talking to somebody about testosterone and blood pressure, is the first thing is get in shape. If you move your body, you know what I'm saying, eat cleaner, you'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? And then you react accordingly. I have people say, yeah, man, what protein or what? Should I just jump on creatine? I ain't never worked out before. Nope. Work out for 30 days, 60 days, and see how your body acclimated, then see what you need as you go, right? So, but they put these chemicals and Viagra and stuff out here, to make money. That's it. That make money. You can find all these natural supplements that can cure what you're doing. Viagra's a quick fix with a lot of risk. You can find I'm gonna start talking about that on the Goodfella TV Patreon. Vitality, fertility, overall vitality, health, and all that, right? So to take it to him, why is testosterone so important, and why do people boost it? And with anything this particular this exogenous, so I'm mispronouncing it, testosterone, it is anything external use, that artificial or synthetic testosterone that's used with gel patches you put on yourself to get into your system, right? So I had to double check that, right? So so testosterone just it's really who you are as a man, right? It's really your fertility, your libido, your energy, your sexual function, all that's testosterone. Hair, everything that makes you a man. And believe it or not, men have um estrogen in them, and women have testosterone in them. So when you got too much estrogen in you, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when you start eating a lot of soy. Your diet is trash. You know what I'm saying? You see them estrogen levels go up. You start seeing dudes have, fatty women like chest. They start being more feminine, being more emotional. Remember on The Longest Yard, the remake, the one with Adam Sandler? They gave him them estrogen pills, and the dude was just crying emotional. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to have some type of a balanced, clean diet as well too. So as it helps with performance. It helps with your performance in the bedroom, in the ring. It helps, it gives you, it's really really the key to being a man. You be like, well, why would athletes, take testosterone to get a competitive edge? To get that pick me up, to build, it helps you build lean muscles faster, helps you recover faster. You feel superhuman, especially when the numbers jump up really, really high. So it could be a patch, it could be gel. Now he has 10 days to ask for a B sample. Usually the B sample comes back like the A sample, unless it was some contamination on a part of the handlers. You know what I'm saying? So this is the sixth fighter with Eddy Reynoso that I've caught. Seventh is a suspicion with Andy Ruiz. He got over there and he started magically losing weight. Now Eddy Reynoso made these guys sign a waiver, according to him, that he won't be responsible if they pop hot. You got to understand, Julio Cesar Martinez just popped hot. Oscar Valdez popped hot and was allowed to fight. Canelo popped hot. Ryan Garcia, done pop hot with him, but he come from that camp. He popped hot. Luis Nery popped hot. I believe he may have popped hot a couple times, allegedly, right? And now you got the 6 men off the bench, with Jaime Munguía that's pop hot. As far as we know, he was a clean fighter. With Eric Morales, with Freddie Roach, you give it Eddy Reynoso, now you a hot fighter. So like I continue to say, maybe that's the reason why people coming over there. Only a few guys I could think. Frank Sanchez didn't pop hot. And Andy Ruiz didn't pop hot, but Andy Ruiz started miraculously losing weight, and he's seen that didn't help him. So at some point, I feel like if it was a brother who was popping hot or having all these fighters pop hot, he'd be under investigation. There'll be already nasty articles. And that's why when I see people have these conversations about how, black people need to take accountability for whatever going on and all that. And I'm all with accountability. But when you're looking on the other side and the energy is never the same, what can you say? What can you say when the energy is never the same? What can you say? There's nothing really you can say. Like, how can you go tell the brothers, oh yeah, you gotta take accountability, but they don't take accountability. The media don't write um the same nasty articles or energy, and they want to act like, and then you have these black people that say, well, we need to, you have people that say you should just take, nah, bro, like, we've been taking accountability and we haven't even been compensated for building this country. So how do we supposed to feel? We're constantly under attack. Okay, the least y'all can do is keep it even. Stevens, we ain't asking for no preferential treatment. If Derrick James had these amount of fighters pop hot, Andre Rozier, Virgil Hunter had these amount of fighters pop hot, what would we be saying? What would they be saying? It'd be an all-out slay fest. That's all I'm saying. Just keep it a bean. That's literally all I'm saying. Just keep it a bean. Where's the nasty articles? Where's all this type of stuff? They let Ryan get away with it. This is another fighter that been under Eddy Reynoso tutelage. Where's these fighters that speak up and say something? They don't say nothing. That's why I said, man, I don't respect these black fighters. They can say they look up to Muhammad Ali, they look up to a guy that stood for something. They can talk about Michael Jordan. He didn't do enough and this, that, and the third. But like I said, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't stand on business. If this was Devin Haney that was going through this, they'd be killing him. If it was Earl Spence going through this, they'd be killing him. If it was Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, Jamal Charlo was going through this, they will be killing them. Mexicans will continue to stay on code, and niggas will continue to have a smoke for everybody, continue to withhold smoke for everybody, but only have smoke for each other. That's my problem with it. I want to see all y'all make videos about this. Lost the first fight, came back, won the second fight, and needed TRT. Why he should be held accountable? Come on. And I like Munguía. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Munguía. But he cheated. He wasn't a cheater till he got with Eddy. So where's the Panama Lewis type of investigation and pending ban for Eddy Reynoso? I told y'all. Part of being on code is telling it how it is when it's them. Niggas so quick when it's a brother to put the film on. They so quick. Like I said, what black fighter really condemned T.O.? None. Najee from Cigar Talk is the only nigga that really stepped. None of these fighters really condemned T.O. Whether it was steroids, with Ryan being a racist, T a female did with it. Ain't none of these niggas stepped to him. Ain't none of these niggas stand on business. Only reason Keyshawn started standing on business is to build a fight. He ain't do, like I said. This is why I tell y'all, them athletes and celebrities that consider themselves melanated, they not, bro. They're their own race. I'm telling you that. Until proven otherwise, on a case-by-case basis, they're their own race. They're their own race. I love to support, people doing what they do and your movies, and I support your endeavors, your merch and all that. But at this point, I'm just feeling like ain't no point to, because we two different races. And it's fucked up because guess what? Not only are our celebrities different from our common black folk in America, across the diaspora, bro, we ain't on code. Africans bringing a vitriol and they white love for white Zaddy and Brad and Becky. They bringing that here, and they bringing a self-hatred here to America. Just as the people from the Caribbean islands is bringing their slut and hoe culture, and it's destroying our culture. Am I lying? Just keeping it a beam, man. So at the end of the day, We see what that B sample hit like. Well, let's see how many niggas go live on this. I'm not talking about you Mexicans, nothing. Puerto Rican, Hispanic. I don't even talk. I'm talking about the brothers. Brothers. We rep the brothers. They ain't gonna say nothing for real. They ain't gonna have that vitriol for real, bro, because they gonna tuck their tail. Especially the brothers that go get the interviews. But hey, that's all I had to say, man. Hit the link in the description. Just wanted to be informative. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify. Join the Patreon. That link's in the description. Free for 7 days. Literally, you'll find me everywhere. Peace.